feel bad for him.
We're on the last stop of our Midwest vacation. We took a leisure day checking out Milwaukee and the newly crowned NBA champion Bucks. We then bring it back home to the friendly confines of Wrigley Field, home of cup snakes, bleacher rats, curses of the billy goat, and $15 beers. Your reward for coughing up the big bucks though, star players. Oh wait, we just traded them all away. We borrow our sister's VW Bug and head over to the local charity poker game, and as you can tell from my face, we're clearly not embarrassed one bit. Wearing the new One of One merch, we head inside to play some cards. Yo, what is up you guys? We are back with another video. We're here with my best friends, Reese and Jake. Call him Buttercrust. Yeah, we're gonna play the 2-5 game here with our buddies. Reese is in the 1-2, he may switch over, we'll see.
Not switching over.
Jake's already up a bunch in the 2-5 game because we got here late.
Found some run good.
Wow, I love these one-word comments. They're just throwing it in here. They're already vlog naturals. Reese is gonna start a vlog, it's coming here.
It is. This beautiful mugs needs to be on camera.
If you guys are longtime subscribers of the vlog, you'll remember Reese. He does the trading cards, the sports cards grading with PSA. If you guys want to hit him up for that, I'll put a link down below. Jake, I don't know what he does, but we're not going to link anything for him.
He just exists.
He just exists.
I am who I am.
All right, you guys, let's get into the action. Let's go. First hand of note, we look down at ace-10 of clubs from middle position, and there's two limps to me. Ace-10 of clubs, standard re-raise here to $20, and the button calls, and the limper on my right also calls, so going three ways to the flop. $72 in the pot, the flop gives us a gutter to Broadway. Middle position on my right checks. I check to the button looking to see what he does, and he checks behind. Turn comes the 6 of spades, and the middle position player checks it to me for a second time. When the button checks back on the flop, I'm going to go for a c-bet here often on the turn. That's what I do for $20, and sure enough, the button gets out of the way. Actions on the middle position player who also folds, so our delayed c-bet works here, and we're going to scoop that $72 pot. $15.50 now in our stack. We're in the big blind with ace-jack. One limp, the middle position raises it now to $25, and the actions on the small blind. He puts in the call, actions on me. I could be 3-betting here to like $100. Instead, I find a call and the limper calls as well. So we're going 4 ways to the flop and a $100 pot, which gives us top pair with a decent kicker. Ace, king, 8 with 2 hearts. I start with a check. Middle position bets out for $60 and the action's back onto us. I find a call here with our top pair and we're off to the turn. Turn comes the 10 of clubs, which gives us a gutter to Broadway. Shouldn't really change too much, so when I call him on the flop, I'm not going to be donking into him here. I start with a check. Middle position doesn't want to check behind. He takes a half pot stab here for $110. Action's back onto me, and although we are getting a pretty good price to draw to the nuts and our ace-jack could be good here, I think it's doubtful given the way that this hand is already played out. He bet flop, bet turn for a decent amount, so I make a pretty exploitative fold here, and lucky for us, the opponent turns over his cards after we muck and shows pocket kings for the flop set. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think of my fold here, not being results orientated and knowing that he flopped the set. What do you guys think of my ace-jack fold here on the turn? We just avoided a disaster against pocket kings. We're then rewarded with looking down at 2 red cowboys here from the under the gun position. I raise it up to $20 and my left now 3-bets us to $65. Music to our ears, so when it folds back around to us, I listened to you guys in my last video when I didn't re-raise the pocket kings. We're going to come in for the 4-bet here. I make it $165. Action's back on the middle position player who finds a call. He sticks in the additional $100, so going out of position, heads up to the flop. 337 in the pot. The flop's pretty great for us. It comes queen 8-7 with 2 spades. Hoping the opponent has a hand like ace-king or king-queen, I bet $80 into the $300 pot. Middle position likes that price and likes his hand. He sticks in $80 and we're off to the turn. Turn comes the ace of hearts, which isn't the best card to see because if he had any random aces that he was floating us on the flop for that decent price, he now made a better hand. For that reason and some deception, I decided to start with a check. The opponent pretty quickly checks behind, so I think I have the best hand here when the 5 of hearts comes on the river, bringing in some straights and the backdoor heart draw. In my head right now, I'm debating between betting or checking. You guys can let me know down in the comments what the best decision is here. I decide on a check, just looking to pick off some bluffs or some hands that are going for thin value, not expecting me to have pocket kings. The opponent decides to check behind and not go for a bet. I turn over my cowboys, the opponent turns over the jiggities, so we're going to win that hand there. $497 coming our way. $1,700 in our stack. We look down at ace queen offsuit and I raise it up to $20. Only the cutoff puts in the call, so we're off to the flop, which comes jack, 5, deuce, all diamonds. We do have the queen of diamonds in our hand. I decide to start with a check on this monotone diamond board, and the opponent checks behind, so we're off to the turn. Turn doesn't change really anything, it comes a 6 of hearts. We saw early in the video that the delayed c-bet ended up working out. I try it again here for $15, and the cutoff doesn't want to fold. He actually min raises me now to $30. With 2 overs and the diamond draw, I'm getting a pretty good price to draw to it. I decide to put in the additional $15 and we're off to the king of diamonds on the river, giving us the second best flush. We're only losing to the ace of diamonds now, and I make a pretty weird bet here for $15. If he has a set, 2 pair, he's probably just going to throw in the $15 and pay us off. However, if we check to him, he's probably just going to check behind. I go for a little bit of thin value here, and he can't resist. He tosses in 3 red chips. I turn over ace queen with the queen of diamonds. He mixes cards in a fairly aggressive way. We get that little extra bit of value. Nice to scoop another pot.
Hey Reese, how come you're not playing at our table?
I'm poor. I don't got it like this. I don't got it like this.
Damn, this guy's out for.
No, he is.
No, he is. His net worth is right there, people. Oh.
Session's going pretty well. We look down at 8-6 of spades and I raise it up to $20. No shortage of action here. We get 3 callers and we're off to the flop. Flop's amazing for us. It comes 8-6 ace. We have 2 pair and we hope that someone has hit the ace of spades on this flop. For that reason, I lead out for $30 here. I think we can also size up here in the future because anyone that has an ace is going to pay us off here. We only get 1 call from the big blinds going heads up to the turn, which comes the deuce of diamonds. Not changing too much, I decide to size up here for $80, just looking to target the aces in the other opponent's range. Fortunately for us though, the opponent does not want to continue any further in this hand. He mucks his cards and we take down that $120 pot. Quickly on to the next hand, ace-8 of diamonds and we pop it up to $20. 3 callers again and we're off to the flop. We flop 2 pair in the last one. It's no different here. We have ace-8-10, 2 pair with a backdoor diamond draw. Life is great. No reason to check. I fire for a third of the pot, $25, and we get called in 2 spots, the middle position and the under the gun. Off to the turn, which is the biggest blank in the deck, the deuce of clubs. When the under the gun checks it over to me, no sense in checking here with 2 pair. I put out 4 green chips, $100, and just the under the gun finds a call, so we're off to the river, which comes a queen of spades. Not the best card because now ace queen beats us. Additionally, king jack if they were sticky enough to call on the flop and turn. Regardless though, under the gun checks it over to us, and given his passive line not check raising us on any street, I want to go for a little bit of thin value, making an exploitative bet here for $55. Around 1/7 the pot size, he finds a call with all red chips. I turn over our 2 pair and the opponent flips over ace-4 for just 1 pair with an ace. I think we probably got the max value on that hand. Nice to be scooping a $465 pot. Pretty stoked on how I played this next hand. We look down at king, queen of diamonds from middle position. I raise it up to $20. Only the button finds a call, so we're going heads up to the flop with $47 in the pot. Flop's a good one for us. It comes 9-7-6 with 2 diamonds. I decide to start with a check here to balance my range, and the button bets out for $30, around 66% of the pot. I think we could have a mixed strategy here of check calling and check raising. Given the fact that we have a nice hand, I decide to go for the first option of check calling, and we're off to the 4 of hearts on the turn. No sense in donking into him here. The 4 of hearts shouldn't really improve our hand too often. I start with a check. Button continuation bets for $40, and I think we could also go for a check call or a check raise here again on the turn. I go for a check call again and we're off to the river. River comes the ace of spades, which is an interesting card. This card should improve me more than the opponent, and for that reason, I think this is a good candidate to go for the bluff. When he bets flop and turn after we check to him, he's going to have a lot of 1 pair type hands. Given the fact he wasn't sizing up on any street, I think it's doubtful he has a straight, a set, or 2 pair. For that reason, and the fact that we only have king high, I decide to go for a bluff here. $187 in the pot. I choose a sizing of $125. The opponent doesn't look too happy and checks his cards one more time, before pushing them into the middle. Our bluff gets through. I show it to our buddy Jake on our right. Happy I went for that donk bluff on the river. What do you guys think of this bet here? Let me know in the comments below. Next hand, we look down at pocket nines, and we're playing against the villain here, our buddy Jake. We're on the button, and the cutoff is Jake. He raises it up to $15. I find a call. I could be going for the 3-bet. That's not what I do though, and that brings in the small blinds, going 3 ways in position to the flop. Flop comes king 4-4, and the small blind checks. Jake goes for a c-bet of $25. I don't think we can be folding for 1 bet. I stick in a green chip and the action's on the small blind. He gets out of the way and we're heads up in position to the turn. $100 in the pot. The turn comes a 10 of clubs and Jake now checks. Pocket nines with some showdown value. There are 2 cards above our pocket nines. So for that reason, I decide to check back, not looking to get check raised on the turn and having to fold our equity. River comes a 6 of diamonds, which is a good card for us. Jake now bets out $35. We're getting a very good price, and given his check on the turn, I don't think he has it here all that often. I don't really know exactly what hand would take this line. I'm curious. I pay him off. I put in $35, but it turns out to be the right call and we aren't paying anybody off. He says we're good. I flip over pocket nines and he just mucks his cards. One for the good guys. Next hand, we're in the straddle. We look down at ace king offsuit. Life's pretty good when you straddle and look down at a premium. +1 raises it up to $40. The action's back onto me. I took your guys' suggestions in the comments to heart. I was playing way too passive and not re-raising my really good hands. No risk of that here. I size up to $140. Sure enough, +1 puts in the additional $100 and going heads up to the flop. Flop's outstanding for us. It comes king deuce 3 with 2 spades. $287 in the pot, and I usually like to start with a 1/3 pot size bet. That's what I do here. I fire out for $85. Hoping the opponent has king queen or king jack or maybe a straight or flush draw. But even though we're running good on the board, we're not running good in terms of what the other opponent has. He mucks his cards, which means he has absolutely squat, and we take down that $287 pot. Say what's up to the vlog.
What up? What up, vlog? Wolfgang?
What's up, you guys? I'm here with Jake. Wanted to give a shout out to Carly, who does not have a bankroll yet, so she unfortunately could not play with us today. Carly is a friend of Jake. She's a friend of Jake. She's a friend of the vlog. Unfortunately, Carly, you cannot play with us today, but maybe in the future when you get that bankroll up, play with the big boys here. Me and Jake will be waiting for you.
Definitely.
Till then, we're gonna hop onto the 1-2 table and try to run it up. Let's go.
Let's go, CCG. Actually, RCG. Yeah, RCG. Let's go. Bloopers.
After we switch tables to this friendly 1-2 in for $300, all of our friends are on the table. We get blessed by looking at ace king suited, big slick, and I raise it up to $10. There's 3 callers, so we're off to the flop, which gives us the joint ace king queen jack 10. What's that called? Broadway. The nut's straight here, and I lead out for $20. Our buddy Jake also switched to the 1-2 tables with us, and he goes for the min raise to $40. No sense in slow playing this here with a lot of draws, 2 pair set combos on the board. I repop him to $110. Jake doesn't think too long before going all in for $350. Oh man, this is a cooler here. I check my cards one more time and then stick in 1 chip, indicating a call. We have the nuts. No heart, no board pair, please dealer, but it doesn't matter. When Jake shows king 9 for the second best straight, he can only hope for a chop. Turn comes the 6 of hearts. The river comes the 8 of hearts. Lucky for us, one of his cards is not a heart. We're going to scoop the $787 pot at the 1-2 table. Let's go.
Pay that man his money.
Don't splash the pot.
I'm out of here.
Oh no.
What do you mean? I literally just sat down.
I know.
And you can't go. You can't go anywhere either.
Yeah, I can.
You're my ride.
Right. That's brutal.
A lot of action in this 1-2 game. We look down at pocket jiggies from the big blind. Middle position raises it up to $10, and there's 2 calls to me. No sense in slow playing it here. I raise it back up to $50, and the middle position raiser calls, which brings in our buddy REECE in the small blind. $160 in the pot. The flop comes ace high, ace deuce 4, rainbow. REECE starts with a check, and normally I like to check when I'm out of position to another opponent, but I'm going to represent the aces in my range here, and I fire out for $45. Pretty small bet. I expect the opponents to continue with a very wide range. That's what the middle position player does. He tosses in $45, and REECE gets out of the way. The turn comes the 9 of spades and there's $250 in the pot. I think betting and checking are appropriate, but I check it over to the opponent, just looking to see what he does and potentially give him some rope to make a mistake. Opponent bets around half of the pot, $105, the action's back onto us. When we check it here, it under-reps our hand. For that reason, I think we have to be calling. It would be a mistake to fold just yet. That's what I do, and we're off to the river. River comes the 4 of diamonds, and I check and flow over to the middle position. He turns over the bluff of king, queen offsuit. Lucky for us there, and we turn over our jiggities and scooping that $460 pot. This 1-2 table is treating us great. Only playing premiums here at this 1-2 table. We look down at pocket queens and raise it up to $13 from under the gun. Only one caller, so going heads up to the flop. $30 in the pot. The flop comes ace high again. Ace 5-5 with 2 diamonds. And I'm going to go for a c-bet here of $10. Middle position's not done with the hand just yet. He tosses in 2 red chips and we're off to the turn, which brings in the front door diamond draw. Comes the 10 of diamonds. Sometimes when I'm doing these voiceovers, I know exactly what I'm thinking in the moment, and this is not one of those cases when I go for the exact same small $10 bet here on the turn. I think a check is probably the better option, or sizing up to somewhere like $40 or $50. Either way though, the middle position player calls and we're off to the river. Fear not though, if we were behind, it's not likely anymore. Comes the queen of hearts. We have queens full of 5s. Only losing to pocket 5s or pocket aces here. I go for a chunky bet of $75. Someone in the last video mentioned I like the word chunky. Not going to stop using it here. Action's on the opponent. I'm hoping he has a flush or maybe a strong hand like ace 10, ace king, something like that. Fortunately for us though, when you make a hand, you got to get paid off, and that's not what happens here. The opponent folds his cards. No more extra value for me with my boat.
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry,
This
man.
actually is like the fact that I'm even still playing is remarkable. because
I
this is
told
like
you,
the
let's
fifth-
leave.
This is like the 5th time this happened to me today. Not this bad, but
Go ahead and match it.
You're not sorry.
It's easier. Okay? Then match that.
oh my god,
Easy come, easy go.
oh my
You need to fade an 8 or an 8.
that was 6 up there.
Oh,
Wait, what?
yeah, you got it, Reese.
Got them both.
All right, so the beer that you owe me, I owe you. So if you play here often, I owe you a beer. Don't even tell me you're underage because I don't care. Yeah, get him in the box.
Nice hand, Reese.
Thank you, thank you.
Oh no, Jake.
That was the hand.
Did I just flop the joint on you and then a terrible run out? Otherwise, I would have stacked
I was like, there's no way he's got a 3 in that calling range.
Oh,
Nice
Don't
hand,
feel
man.
bad for this guy. Don't feel bad for him.
Mike, he's paying me with your chips.
Yeah, I am actually.
Reese, it's your turn.
No, I don't know.
Just snap, come on. What's up, you guys? Just finished that last 1-2 game. Went to that game to play with our buddy Reese here and Jake. Ended up stacking Jake. Didn't get into any hands with Reese. Jake left early. Got out of that 1-2 game for, I want to say 1,200. So profit of 900 on that. Profit of 1,000 on the 2-5. So we booked a 1965 win tonight. A big dub in Chicago. How about you, Reese? How'd you do?
I did away. I scraped away with a little scraps. I couldn't go heads up with Xander, so I took what I could get.
Hey, always good to see you, Reese. Check his link down in the description if you guys need to get some trading cards or sports cards graded. As always, thanks for watching. Drop a like on this video if you made it this far. I really appreciate it. Share this video with a friend. We want to get this out to as many people as possible. Come over here to Rockford Charitable Games and say what's up. Say Wolf sent you.
Also,
Good to see this guy. Say what's up to him.
potential merch drop. If you like the sweatshirt, drop a comment. Let them know.
Yeah, there we go. All right, guys. Good luck on the tables. Peace.